Hey guys, so if you guys watched my last video, I had made a short video on my Rolex Yachtmaster 2, which was the two-tone variant, the blue and gold variant, rose gold should I say. And I was planning on using it as my daily watch, but to be honest, the amount of money that you spend on these watches, as much as I would like to wear the watch daily, I'm always second guessing if I want to hit it on something or something like that. So I've kind of decided to save it for just special occasions. If I'm going out, if I'm going for dinner, or things like that of that nature, where I can wear something of that caliber watch and kind of be proud to wear it. On a daily use, I feel it was a bit too much of a overpowering watch, and I did notice a few people commenting on my watch, even if I'm going for a business meeting and things like that. So it's just a bit of unwanted attention, to be honest, in those situations. So I was looking in the market for a daily watch to wear, and eventually after searching I decided to go with the Omega Seamaster 300, and this is not the brand new one which just got released, but the 2018 variant, which had an upgrade to the bezel quality. So let's kind of open this up so you guys can see. And now, one thing I have to say, the box itself in terms of quality and unboxing experience is 100 times better than Rolex, which is surprising for me to say. The box itself, the quality is just really nice. It's got a nice metal button here to remove the clasp. The box itself is really nicely packaged with foam on the edges, and you've got a nice area here just for like certification, warranties, and a big fat Omega booklet, which is always nice to have, and receipts obviously just kept to the side. As you can see, these were bought in Dubai. So yeah, this is just a really nice unboxing experience. Everything's very neat and tidy. And the quality, obviously, of the box is just really nice. So let's open this up so you guys can see how it looks inside. And that's how the watch is itself. Just first impressions, really nice unboxing experience. You've got nice metal hinges over here, really soft leather on the inside. Let's just move the watch to the side. And you've got the strap, obviously, which I'll just move here quickly, just so you guys can see. You have another second compartment. As you can see, it has a nice kind of carrying case over here, and you've got the extra lugs over here, which are just been removed. Various other things which are just here itself. So it's just, just the small things make people feel proud to have a watch of this caliber, and obviously the unboxing experience just makes things even better. So that's it so far. Before I go to the watch, I'll just kind of go through the metal bracelet that came with the watch itself. I like it. I just feel like it's a bit too kind of 1950s, if that makes any sense. I feel like the design itself is a bit old, and I feel like as much as I do like it, it just didn't suit me when I was wearing it. I decided to remove that and go for the NATO. That was bought directly from the Omega boutique. So let's kind of put these things to the side just so you guys can see. And this is the watch itself, and this is the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 meter, and on the Omega NATO. And just so you guys can see the quality of the NATO itself, it's just, there are generic versions of the NATO, and as much as I was willing to go and buy one of them, when I went to the store itself, I kind of did change my mind, just because the quality of the NATO is just really good. Even though they may look the same online, but when you see the quality itself in person, you really do think, you're buying something of such a high caliber, especially on the watch itself. So it's good to have a strap that matches that quality. As you can see here, you've got the Omega written here, you've got the Omega sign written here, and just the overall quality itself of the material is just really top notch. So that was part of the reason why I decided to go with this. And the other version of the NATO is that this is the Bond original NATO, so it's a very good match between the blue and the gray and black, and I think it's a really good choice if anyone's interested in trying to go for this type of watch and strap combination. Just so you guys can understand that this watch is the 300 meter diver, and I decided to go with the blue variant. One of the things I decided to go with the blue over the black, as much as the black is very classy, the blue has a very nice glossy AR coating to it, which is on the actual face of the watch itself. The good thing I find about the watch that has this type of finish is that no matter what angle you look at it, it gives off a different type of light and a different type of reflection. And at some points it might look light blue, sometimes it looks a little bit dark blue, sometimes it looks a little bit darker, and it looks black at sometimes, you know. So you're getting a bit of the best of both worlds with this type of face, because you've got a little bit of a mix between the black and the blue itself. So I feel like that's a really cool advantage to have with this type of finish on the face. And another cool thing is the ceramic dial itself is a really good quality dial. I have to say it has to be on par with Rolex itself, and that's not just me saying that. I actually have a Rolex as well, as I mentioned, the Yachtmaster 2. And you know, it is a very good finish on the actual dial. There is a little bit of movement play on that comes in with the dial, so that's just something to keep in mind. But you know, it's a good quality dial. The other thing is, because this is ceramic, the quality is obviously very nice. It's nice and shiny. You have a nice lume dot over here, right at the top here, and it's got a nice seamless finish around the edges. And this is like some type of liquid silver, liquid metal finish on the edges, and it's a little bit darker than you find on some of the normal diver watches, which are very like bright and white. I feel like it kind of like sticks out too much, and this is more of a subtle finish. As you can see on each of the hour points, you have the nice enameled white marker dots, and just the standard 2 points here and the 1 point here at the 6 and 12 o'clock position. So these are nice little touches here, and around each of those points you have like a silver lining around it. So overall, in terms of quality, I have to say that these watches are really coming up. And, you know, people are questioning the quality of Rolex over the Omegas these days. Some of these price points are literally a third off the Submariners, for example, and, you know, the quality is literally on par, in my opinion. So I'm really happy with the watch itself. Another cool feature as well is you've got the skeleton hands for the hour and minutes, and that's kind of an iconic touch there, with the hour hand and the minute hand having a different lume color. And I believe one is blue and one is green, just to distinguish between the two when you're down in the sea or if you're in the water or whatever. And the second hand also has a really nice touch to it, and that has a silvered out hand with a small little enameled dot with the red extending to the end. And that's a nice little contrast, because the red on the second hand, as you can see, and the red of the Seamaster match. So you've got a nice little contrast there between the actual watch face itself. The Omega sign itself is very nice because it's a placed Omega sign and a metallic finish, and it's very like reflective, which is a cool finish to the watch itself. And yeah, that's just part of the design factor on this watch. The date window obviously on the 3 o'clock position is also a very nice touch. The numbers are in a silver finish. It's not magnified like the Rolex, but it kind of gives it a very seamless look because it's just like flush across the whole face. The 41mm dial is really nice because not only is it thin, it fits really nice under a shirt. So you have kind of the best of both worlds here. It's kind of like in between a diver slash, you know, classy type of watch to wear when you're going out for a dinner or things like that. So it's a versatile watch in my opinion. You have a bit of brushed and polished edges along the edge of the watch itself, as you can see. And it's just a really nice kind of like contrast between the whole blue and the matte finish brushed silver all across the edge. And one of the most iconic things about this watch is actually the back of it. And although this is not an open back case like the new one that just got released, in my opinion, this is the factor that people do buy this watch, because it's just been there for such a long time, and it's been there since the beginning of time, since the Seamaster. So just to remove this NATO, and as you can see, you've got a really nice Seamaster engraving on the back, and in my opinion, this gives it a lot of like history to the watch. Right guys, so this is the watch itself that's on my wrist, and as you can see, it is a very nicely fitted watch on my wrist, and it's just, in my opinion, a very good quality watch to wear, and I feel, in my opinion, very proud to wear it and to own it as well. It's not only just the history, but the quality of the watch speaks for itself. One of the things that I should mention is that the movement itself is a coaxial 2500 Omega movement. And although they do say Omega movement, it is kind of based on the ETA movement, although heavily modified by Omega to make coaxial variant that it is. So I do feel like the new one, which is fully in-house, is a better buy specifically for that, although there are the positives and negatives that come with it. One of the things I don't like about this watch is that it's only a 48-hour power reserve, and you know, sometimes when you're trying to switch between watches, you'll find that this watch does stop. Unless you do buy a watch winder and things like that. So that's just one of the small negatives that come with it. Obviously, the new one coming out, it's a kind of a decision for people now whether they want to go and get the new one. The new one, as far as I know, is a 42 size dial, and also the thickness is slightly more. So in my opinion, I feel like I prefer the sizing as it is of the old variant, which is this one. Although I do like the waves of the new one, I kind of like just the standard subtle finish of this, and that's part of the reason why I use it as a daily. Is like, it's just a watch I can use wherever I want. It's not competing with another type of high-end Rolex or an AP. It's just a really solid daily watch. That's part of the reason why I really love this watch, and I probably will keep it for a very long time, if not, you know, forever. So yeah, that's just the review, guys, of the watch. Highly recommended as a daily or even a first watch into kind of like high-end watches. If anyone has any questions, do let me know. And if anyone is planning to get the new Diver 300, let me know your opinions as well on this watch compared to the new one. And if you're planning to get one, let me know and I'll try and answer any questions. Cheers, guys.